Fucking in the butt. I'd like to fuck the shit out of you. 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 Put my gland in your hand. Hey, please put my gland in your hand. Hey, please put my gland in your hand. Please put my gland in your hand. Baby, won't you give me some head? Hey baby, won't you give me some head? Baby, won't you give me some head? Baby, won't you give me some head? We like to eat lunch down at the Y. We like to eat lunch down at the Y. We like to eat lunch down at the Y. Why? Because we love you. Hi, I'm David, and these are my friends. We've enjoyed doing this album for you. And we'd like to especially dedicate this album to all the members of the Mickey Mouse Fan Club, and also to you, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. And I'd like to fuck the shit out of you. I'd like to fuck the shit out of you. I'd like to fuck the shit out of you. I'd like to fuck the shit out of you. Fucking in the butt. Fucking in the butt. Fucking in the butt. She said someday I'd understand what love was all about. She said I could have the kids. She was moving out. Said she'd found a man whose dick was so much bigger. And then that scumbag motherfucker ran off with a nigger. And to think I'd ate the pussy where that big black dick had been, and kissed the lips that sucked him off time and time again. It's enough to make a man throw up. Sure is hard to figure how any decent girl could ever fuck a greasy nigger. He treated her just like a queen. She gave him all my money. It looks like joke's on me, but I don't think it's funny. That pussy ain't worth paying for, as far as I can figure. 'Cause there's nothing quite as worthless as a white girl with a nigger. And to think I'd ate the pussy where that big black dick had been, and kissed the lips that sucked him off time and time again. It's enough to make a man throw up. Sure is hard to figure how any decent girl could ever fuck a goddamn nigger. So for all you nigger loving whores, this song is just for you.
I bought this rhinestone suit in California. These boots came all the way from Mexico. This Cadillac ain't nothing, son. You ought to see the greyhounds. I'd like to take my band from show to show. Seen my face 1,000 times on TV and heard me on your local radio. And in your eyes I see the admiration there for me. But son, there's something that you ought to know. Well, I gotta take a drink to keep from shaking. Hotel rooms ain't nothing like at home. When you leave your woman home alone, she can't raise the children with no daddy. She can't love a man that's always gone. Takes a whole lot more time. Keep your feelings locked inside while you sing another pretty country song. It's true, I took some pills to stay awake, son. And these diamond rings I wear, they're just for show. Yeah, I got a little cabin in the country. When I'm not on the road, that's where I go. Trying to put my feelings down on paper. Right or wrong, the show has to go on. I cry deep down inside, keep on smiling while I sing another pretty country song. But I gotta take a drink to keep from shaking.
Mona Lisa lost her smile. The painter's hands are trembling now. And if she's out there running wild, just because I taught her. The masterpiece that we had planned is laying shattered on the ground. Mona Lisa lost her smile. The painter's hands are trembling now. And the eyes that used to burn for me now no longer look my way. The love that used to be, well, it soon got lost in yesterday. If she seems cold to the touch, well, there used to burn a flame. I gave too little, took too much, till I erased the painter's name. Mona Lisa lost her smile. painter's hands are trembling now. And if she's out there running wild, it's just because I taught her the masterpiece that we had planned. Why it's laying shattered on the ground. Mona Lisa lost her smile. The painter's hands are trembling now. Mona Lisa lost her smile. The painter's hands are trembling now. And if she's out there running wild, just because I taught her the masterpiece that we had planned, why it's laying shattered there on the ground. Mona Lisa lost her smile. The painter's hands are trembling now.
Yesterday morning, let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I went out this morning and I wrote down this song. Would you lay with me in a field of stone if my needs were strong? Would you lay with me? Should my lips grow dry, would you wet them, dear, in the midnight hour? Should my lips grow dry, would you go away to another land, walk 1,000 miles through the burning sand, wipe the blood away from my dying hand, if I give myself to you? Would you bathe with me in the stream of life when the moon is full? Would you bathe with me? Will you love me when I am down and out in my time of trial? Will you stand by me? Would you go away to another land, walk 1,000 miles through the burning sand, wipe the blood away from my dying hand, if I give myself to you? Would you lay with me in a field of stone if my needs were strong? Would you lay with me? Well, I was thumbing for Montgomery. I had my guitar on my back when this stranger stopped beside me in an antique Cadillac. He was dressed like 1950, half drawn smoking hollow wine. See, it's a long walk to Nashville. Would you like to rise? But I sat down in the front seat, turned on the radio, and them sad old songs coming out of them speakers was solid country gold. Then I noticed a stranger was ghost white pale when I asked him for a light. Yeah, I knew there was something strange about this ride. He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? If you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." In a crowd just south of Nashville, and he turned that car around. He said, "This is where you get off, son. I'm going back to Alabama." When I stepped out of the Cadillac, I said, "Mr. Many thanks." He said, "You don't have to call me Mr. The whole world calls me name." He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? If you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? If you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." You know, things aren't like they was in the 50s when I was there, son. You got a lot of competition now. I mean, you got Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, and George Jones, and Merle Haggard, Guy Clark, Billy Joe Shaver, John Prine in Alabama, Charlie Pride, Tracy Nelson, and David Allan Coe. You even got my son, little Bo Cephas.
In an Alabama graveyard on a cold December day, a young man with a guitar stares into space and plays. There's no one there to listen, there's no one there but him, and the ghost of Hank Williams sings "You're Cheating Hard Again." Marty Robbins, Patsy Cline, Ernest Tubb, Red Sylvain, Jimmy Rogers, and old Lefty was my friends. It's so lonesome here tonight, but someday I'll see the light when the ghost of Hank Williams sings "You're Cheating Hard Again." It was 2 a.m. in Nashville, and the Ryman stage was bare. There were just a few old memories of the Opry being there. In the stillness of the morning, on a cold December wind, the ghost of Hank Williams sings "You're Cheating Hard Again." Marty Robbins, Patsy Cline, Ernest Tubb and Red Sylvain, Jimmy Rogers, and old Lefty was my friends. It's so lonesome here tonight, but someday I'll see the light when the ghost of Hank Williams sings "You're Cheating Hard Again." There's a DJ in Ohio that recalls that New Year's Day when he had to tell the nation that a singer passed away. Sometimes when it's late at night, he'll let some record spin, and the ghost of Hank Williams sings "You're Cheating Hard Again." Marty Robbins, Patsy Cline, Ernest Tubb and Red Sylvain, Jimmy Rogers, and old Lefty was my friend. It's so lonesome here tonight, but someday I'll see the light when the ghost of Hank Williams sings "You're Cheating Hard Again." Alabama graveyard on a cold December day. A young man with a guitar stares into space and plays. There's no one there to listen, there's no one there but him, and the ghost of Hank Williams sings "You're Cheating Hard Again."
I heard the burritos out in California could fly higher than the bird. Roger McGuinn had a 12-string guitar. It was like nothing I'd ever heard. And the Eagles flew in from the West Coast like the birds, they were trying to be free. In Texas, the talk turned outlaw like Willie and Waylon and me. They say Texas music's in the making. We've been making music that is free, doing one-night stands, playing with our friends, Willie, Waylon and me. They say the Beatles were just the beginning of everything music could be. Just like the Stones, I was rolling along like a ship lost out on the sea. And Joplin, she died for the future, and Dylan, he wrote poetry. But in Texas, they still talk about outlaws like Willie and Waylon and me. My name is David Allan Coe, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. They say Texas music's in the making. We've been making music that is free, doing one-night stands, playing with our fans, Willie, Waylon and me. The burritos out in California could fly higher than the birds. Roger McGuinn had a 12-string guitar. It was like nothing I'd ever heard. And the Eagles flew in from the West Coast like the birds, they were trying to be free. In Texas, the talk turned outlaw like Willie and Waylon and me.
He rode into my saloon, called the Pecos Lane. You could tell he was a hard case from his Watergate brand. He ordered a triple shot of whiskey to go, and then he asked for 10 big men that he could lay low. And 10 big men, all tough and mean, stepped off their stools. What a sight was seen. Lightning and thunder was all that was heard. Nary a curse, not even a word. When the noise died down, all 10 men lay on the ground to oblige a stranger who blew into town. He hadn't even moved from the spot where he stood, while he performed a feat no other man could. He moved to the bar and said, "Fill her up again." I enjoyed the fight. They were all good men. I extended my hand and said, "Call me Joe LaRue." He said, "I'm Tricky Dicky, the only son of Kung Fu." So he cleaned up the town and hired 10 more men. There was John and James and some other kin, and they did a heck of a job at least I'd say, till the fellas with the white hats rode into town one day. They were making their plans at the old Watergate when it's rumored that John said, "Hold on now, wait, we gotta poke around a little and pull some strings, but I think we can do it if nobody sings." And that was the day Dickie met his fate, when there was stomping and fighting at the old Watergate. The place was crowded when Dickie walked in, and John, he told him, "Dickie, we just got to win." But Martha at the dance hall did a do-si-do, and John told her off, "You know where your kind goes." So she squeezed on the pair, and don't you just know, they shot Dickie and John at the old keyhole. Before Dickie expired, he said with one last breath, "There's one thing I didn't learn. It was foolish, I guess. My daddy Kung Fu taught me all but one thing. A man's in hot water when a woman starts to sing." And now when I watch over the grave where he lays, there's a tombstone cut in sand that mentions the good old days. So bad, too bad, he just couldn't wait. Here lies Tricky Dickie, he met his Watergate. Oh, for those good old days when he was strong as Mountain Dew. The first time I met him, Tricky Dickie, the only son of Kung Fu.
Well, it seems like it's raining harder today. The rain must have known I was coming this way. It ain't easy living on the run. If I pick up my belt and pull my belt down tight, I can make it to the border by Saturday night. And it's lonely living on the run. I killed me a woman in Tennessee. I just broke jail and they're gunning for me. I'm on the run, living on the run. I'm on the run, living on the run. Steal from the bottom of the deck is where I learned to deal, and it got me living on the run. Women love an outlaw, I heard folks say. Yeah, I'll be an outlaw till my dying day, 'cause they've got me living on the run. Killed me a woman in Tennessee. I just broke jail and they're gunning for me. I'm on the run, living on the run. I'm on the run, living on the run.
my dying day. Country DJs all think I'm an outlaw. They'd never come see me in this dive. Well, bikers stare at cowboys who are laughing at the hippies who are praying they'll get out of here alive. Yeah, the loudmouth in the corner's getting to me. He's talking about my earrings and my hair. Yeah, I guess he ain't read the signs that say I've been to prison. Someone ought to warn him before I knock him off his chair, 'cause my long hair just can't cover up my redneck. Yeah, I've won every fight I've ever fought. Yeah, I don't need some turkey telling me that I ain't country, saying I ain't worth a damn dog ticket that he bought. 'Cause I can sing all them songs about Texas, and I still do all the sad ones that I know. They tell me I look like Merle Haggard, and I sing a lot like David Allan Coe. And the barmaid in the last town that we played in knew the words to every song I wrote. She said Jimmy Rabbit turned her on to my last album, just about the time the jukebox broke. Johnny Cash and me met out of prison long before Rodriguez stole that goat. Glenn Campbell knows I've always been the rhinestone cowboy. I can do you every song Hank Williams ever wrote, and I can sing all them songs about Texas, and I still do all the sad ones that I know. It ain't my fault I look like Merle Haggard and sound a lot like David Allan Coe. And the barmaid in the last town that we played in said it sounds like Tom T. wrote this song. I admit I might have stole a little of his melody, but the words, they just seem to come along every time a quarter in the jukebox. Lord, you know I'm about to lose my mind. I told that waitress I was gonna kill her if she played that damn old song one more time. Please come to Boston for the springtime. I'm staying here with some friends and they've got lots of room. You can sell your paintings on the sidewalk by a cafe where I hope to be working soon. Please come to Boston. She just said no, David, but you come home to me. And she said, hey, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Boston ain't your kind of town. Ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. I'm a #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Please come to Denver with the snowfall. We'll move up into the mountains so far that you can't be found. Throw I love you echoes down the canyon. and then lie awake at night till they come back around. Please come to Denver. She just said no, boy, but you come home to me. She said, here I'm the boy, why don't you settle down? Denver ain't your kind of town. Ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. I'm a #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Now this drifter's wheel goes round and round, and I doubt if it's ever gonna stop. But of all the dreams I've lost and found, and all that I ain't got, I still need to lean to somebody I can sing to. Please come to LA to live forever. California life alone is just too hard to build. Live in a house that looks out over the ocean, and there's some stars that fell from the sky, they're living up on the hill. Please come to LA. She just said no, David, but you come home to me. She said, here I'm the boy, why don't you settle down? LA ain't your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee.
Your staff wanted me to play this for you. They said you could take it as an official message. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. A woman done left and took all the reasons that I was working for. Don't you try and stop me when I'm walking out the door. Take this job and shove it. I ain't a-working here no more. I've been working in this factory pretty close to 15 years. I've seen some of my best friends whamming, standing in a pool of tears. I've seen a lot of kin folks dying. I've had a lot of bills to pay. Lord, I'd give the shirt right off in my back if I had the guts to say, take this job and shove it. I ain't a-working here no more. A woman's done left and took all of the reasons that I was working for. Don't you try and stop me when I'm walking out the door. Take this job and shove it. I ain't a-working here no more. Foreman is a regular SOB, and the line boss, well, he's a fool. He got himself a brand new flat top haircut. Lord, he really thinks that's cool. One of these days I'm gonna blow my top, and there's gonna be hell to pay. I can't wait to see their faces when I get the nerve to say, take this job and shove it. I ain't a-working here no more. Woman done left and took all of the reasons that I was working for. Don't you try and stop me when I'm walking out the door. Take this job and shove it. I ain't a-working here no more. Take this job and shove it.
And I pulled in and I walked in the studio in Nashville, Tennessee, and my hair was kind of long then, and well, I guess it still is. Anyway, I kind of looked like this, but my beard was longer. And this guy looked at me and he said, can I help you? I said, yeah, I'm in a songwriter. He said, yeah, but you're in the wrong town. I go, what do you mean? He said, you need to go to LA or New York. I go, why do you say that, man? He said, did you ever look in the mirror? I go, yeah. I said, I'm from Kentucky, motherfucker. This is what I tell you what, I'm making you a deal. You turn your chair around and look at the wall. Let me sing you a couple songs I wrote. And if you don't like them, I'll get on my motorcycle and ride out of town and go back home. But if you do, give me a record deal. He said, I'll take that bet. So he turned his car around and I went, I'm up and gone at the crack of dawn. I've been working like a regular dog to keep my woman and the lights and the water and the phone turned on. I'll do that for you one more time. I'm up and gone at the crack of dawn. I've been working like a regular dog to keep my woman and the lights and the water and the phone turned on. I've been saying yes sir all day at work. I've been saying yes ma'am at home. I've been storing up the fuck yous, keeping them under my tongue. Need a little time off, bad behavior. Gentlemen, ain't not passing too long. I need a little time off, bad behavior. It looks like I've been too good for too long. Well, he didn't stop me, so I said, you like that? He said, you might have to change a couple of words. Oh, yeah, I figured that.
I can't see nothing but spotlight. Spotlight see nothing but me. All of my music is lonely. All of my heartaches for free. Don't waste your time in your flashball. Too many heroes are dead. You like to live in the city. Yeah, I like to live in my head. Somebody shoot out those spotlights. Spotlights ain't nothing but jive. Roll me a smoke. Give me some coke. Treat me like I am alive. Tell all the ladies I'm single. Tell Lone Star Beer that I'm dry. Everyone's lying about living. Everyone's living a lie. I spend my night times in mourning. I spend my mornings alone. You spent your money to see me tonight. I spent all of mine getting stoned. Now that we're both kind of busted, doesn't it seem kind of strange? I leave here knowing we're two of a kind. You leave here knowing my name. Somebody shoot out that spotlight. Spotlights ain't nothing but jive. Roll me smoke. Give me some coke. Treat me like I am alive. Tell all the ladies I'm single. Tell Lone Star Beer that I'm dry. Everyone's lying about living. Everyone living a lie. Everyone's lying about living. singing about life. Betty drove the semi. She pulled up to the pond. I thought I wanted a Coca-Cola, and I started out on the job. She said, hold it, Dave, come quick, there's something you gotta see. That man has got a dancing bear tied up to that old tree. Hey, dance, dance, Dakota dance, all around the country store. Me and sweet Betty ain't never seen a bear that could dance before. It's a 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4. Bottle of soda and he danced some more. Dance, dance, Dakota dance, all around the country store. Hippies walked up to the cage giving peels to that old bear. I don't know what it was they was giving to him. It had him pulling out his hair. Well, I tried to keep time to the music, Lord, with the beat on my tambourine. And I gave him some wine from a mason jar, and we all began to sing. We sang dance, dance, Dakota dance, all around the country store. Me and sweet Betty ain't never seen a bear that could dance before. Well, it's a 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4. Bottle of soda and he danced some more. Dance, dance, Dakota dance, all around the country store. Well, I went out to Los Angeles, California, and I saw a semi-truck along the side of the road that said Dakota, the dancing bear on the side. Now they charge you 50 cents to watch this bear dance around a truck. So I turned to Arlo and I said, Arlo, we ought to get down off these motorcycles and walk over there and see if that's the same bear that Betty told us about when she was driving the semi-truck for us back in Nashville, Tennessee. So we got down off our motorcycles and we walked over there eating our pickles. Now there was 400,000 or 500,000 of these hippie freaks standing around waiting on a rock festival. It appeared that David Allan Coe Chris Stopperson and the Grand Funk Railroad was playing in town that day. And the aeroplane had got hijacked somewhere over Chicago, Illinois. So it turned out that the people with short hair started throwing rocks at the people that had long hair. And the people with long hair started throwing the rocks back. And we come to find out in California when they had a rock festival, you were supposed to take your own rocks. Well, I walked up to the bear's cage, and the bear looked at me and he said, hey, I know you, you're David Allan Coe, and that's Arlo Guthrie that sings country and western music on jukebox, radio, and television. And y'all gave me some acid when I was in Nashville, started me to dancing around this truck. I said, that's right, son, and that's why I'm here, because you signed a contract with me, and you owe me 20% of all the money you've been making since you've been out here on the road. He says, man, I ain't got no money. I said, what'd you do with it? He pointed to the next cage, and there was a female bear over there shooting up heroin. And before I could say anything, I heard this horn blow, and I turned around and I saw this Greyhound bus painted black and white. And it said, David Allan Coe, the mysterious rhinestone cowboy, and the Tennessee Hat Band on the side of it. And there was a woman driving the bus, and she didn't have no bra on. And sure enough, it was old Pusher Betty, and she said to me, she said, hey, Dave, come here quick, there's something you gotta see. That man has got a dancing bear tied up to that old tree. Hey, dance, dance, Dakota dance, all around the country store. Me and sweet Betty ain't never seen a bear that could dance before. It's a 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4. Bottle of soda, and he danced some more. Dance, dance, Dakota dance, all around the country store. I did a let it go, let it go, let it go.
It was all I could do, keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to me. You don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. And you don't have call me Waylon James. And you don't have to call me Charlie Perrine. And you don't have to call me Merle Haggard anymore. Even though you're on my fighting side. And I'll hang around as long as you will let me. I never minded dear friend of mine named Steve Goodman wrote that song. And he told me it was the perfect country and western song. I wrote him back a letter and I told him it was not the perfect country and western song because it hadn't said anything at all about mama, or trains, or trucks, or prisons, or getting drunk. Well, he wrote another verse to the song and he sent it to me, and after reading it I realized that my friend had written the perfect country and western song. I felt obliged to put it out as my third record. The last verse went like this. I was drunk day my mom got out of prison, and I went to pick her up in the rain. But before I could get to the station in my